Now, court documents show the violence prison staff inflicted upon Brooks is likely not isolated. Others are suing Marcy's corrections officers for attacks that have striking similarities to what happened to Brooks that we saw on video. The I-Team's Connor White's in here with studio information tonight. Connor?
Matt, these lawsuits show a pattern where Marcy Corrections officers gang up on inmates. Once the beatings are over, the inmates are the only ones punished, ending up in solitary confinement, allowing 3 officers named in those earlier lawsuits to be on the job and in the room when Brooks was brutally beaten. The images shown in this report are graphic. New York City.
When is it going to end?
Albany.
For too long, nothing has been done.
Rochester. Hundreds rallied across the state after seeing Marcy Corrections officers repeatedly hit a bloodied and dazed Robert Brooks. A beating captured on body camera footage released by the state attorney general on Friday.
The things with Mr. Brooks was nothing new. It wasn't an anomaly. I have witnessed a lot of abuse. I've been in facilities where people were killed.
Thomas Gant at the Rochester rally is a leader with the Center for Community Alternatives and knows the system well, serving 25 years behind bars in state prisons.
There's so many grievances. There's so many claims of abuse that people have been, claiming for so long that has been, again, just brushed off to the side, or the person isn't believed.
Gant sees a pattern of abuse across the state prison system. At Marcy, it's a pattern spelled out in lawsuits that name some of the officers involved in Brooks's death. Adam Bauer, who was in Marcy for a nonviolent drug offense, says corrections officers left him with gashes in his head in an unprovoked attack in 2020, wounds that required more than 20 stitches. William Alvarez says officers made up a reason to attack him, leaving him with a permanent facial deformity and other injuries that required surgery. Both men say the attacks began in bathrooms and continued inside vans transporting them to the prison infirmary. The first lawsuit names corrections officer Nicholas Anzalone. The second names officers Glenn Trombley and Anthony Farina. Those 3 were among the 14 either striking Brooks or standing by while the beating happened.
For every act of violence caught on camera, countless more in prisons are ignored, justified, or even covered up. Our prisons are not places of safety. They are places of unchecked violence.
Those lawsuits were filed in 2022. The same year, the Corrections Association of New York found evidence of widespread abuse at Marcy, recommending the state investigate. Governor Hochul is now promising sweeping changes with Brooks dead. In studio, I'm Connor White.